Hello everyone. I am Augustin Cantu, a doctoral student at the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley, specializing in curriculum and instruction with a focus on educational technology. Today, I will be presenting on Lev Vygotsky's theory of social development for our course EDTC 8371, under the guidance of our instructor, Dr. Matt Crosland. Vygotsky's theory has been a foundational contribution to our understanding of cognitive development, and it holds significant relevance in today's diverse and increasingly digital learning environments. In the next few minutes, we will journey through an overview of Vygotsky's life and theory, explore its key components, discuss its applicability to online learning, and analyze its strengths, weaknesses, and future trajectory. So, let's embark on this intellectual journey together and delve into the intriguing world of Lev Vygotsky's theory of social development. Lev Vygotsky, an influential Russian psychologist, left a significant mark on the field of education through his pioneering work on sociocultural theory. Rooted in the premise that cognitive development is deeply intertwined with social interactions and cultural context, Vygotsky's theory provides a comprehensive framework to understand how we learn and develop. The linchpin of his theory is the idea that learning is a socially mediated process. Vygotsky argued that our cognitive development is largely influenced by our interactions with others, our teachers, peers, and even society at large. He believed that we construct knowledge through these interactions, which are in turn deeply embedded within our cultural context. Understanding Vygotsky's theory is not only vital for grasping the complex dynamics of cognitive development but also carries profound implications for contemporary education, especially for enhancing online teaching and learning experiences. In today's digital age, where online learning is becoming the norm rather than the exception, Vygotsky's insights into social learning are particularly relevant. They can guide us in creating online learning environments that leverage social interaction and cultural tools to facilitate meaningful learning experiences. As we delve deeper into Vygotsky's theory of social development, I invite you to consider its implications for your own teaching or learning experiences, and how its principles might be utilized to foster effective online learning. Lev Vygotsky presented a unique perspective on learning and cognitive development. Unlike some theorists, Vygotsky placed a major emphasis on the influence of culture and social interaction. Now, what does this mean? Well, to put it simply, Vygotsky believed that our social interactions play a critical role in our learning process. Interactions with those around us, our parents, teachers, peers, they all contribute significantly to our cognitive development. It's through these interactions that we, especially as children, learn to internalize information, develop skills, and understand the world around us. Furthermore, Vygotsky emphasized the importance of what he referred to as cultural tools in our cognitive development. These tools can be both physical, like a pencil or a ruler, or symbolic, like a mathematical system or language. Speaking of language, Vygotsky had a particular interest in its relationship with thought. According to him, language acts as a primary tool of intellectual adaptation. He theorized that at the beginning of life, thought and language start as separate systems, but they merge as we grow, specifically around 3 years of age. This integration results in our ability to think verbally and speak rationally. So, in essence, Vygotsky's theory reminds us that learning is inherently a social process, and it's deeply intertwined with the culture in which we live. In other words, our cognitive development is a product not just of our individual minds, but also of our cultural and social contexts. Now, let's explore some key components of Vygotsky's learning theory. The first one we'll discuss is the zone of proximal development, often abbreviated as ZPD. This concept is at the heart of Vygotsky's theory. So, what is the zone of proximal development? It refers to the range of tasks that a learner can perform with assistance but not yet complete independently. Imagine it as a learning sweet spot, a space where the most effective learning occurs. It's the gap between what a learner can do without help and what they can do with guidance from a more knowledgeable person or peer. The tasks within this zone are just beyond the learner's current capabilities, but within reach with appropriate support. This leads us to the second key component, which is scaffolding. Scaffolding refers to the support that is given during the learning process. Think of it as the temporary support structure used when building or repairing a building. In learning, scaffolding might come from a teacher, a peer, or through instructional materials that help the learner progressively improve their understanding and skills. Scaffolding is crucial as it provides learners with a framework to approach tasks that would otherwise be too challenging. As the learner's abilities grow, the support can be gradually removed until the learner is capable of performing the task independently. This process of adjusting support throughout the learning process ensures that the learner remains within their zone of proximal development, maximizing learning effectiveness. Continuing with the key components of Vygotsky's learning theory, let's look at the roles of language and thought in learning. According to Vygotsky, language acts as a primary tool of intellectual adaptation. He believed that thought and language begin as separate systems in early life but eventually converge around the age of 3. This union results in what he termed verbal thought and rational speech. Hence, language is not merely a way to express existing knowledge, it's a powerful tool of cognitive development itself. Vygotsky's theory also highlights the importance of cultural tools in cognitive development. He refers to cultural tools as both physical and symbolic artifacts that carry the shared knowledge of society. These can be physical tools like writing implements or symbolic systems like language, mathematical systems, and even art forms. These cultural tools are essential because they provide means of interaction and, therefore, a framework for understanding and interpreting the world. A child in a literate society, for instance, will engage with written language, which is a powerful cultural tool that greatly influences their cognitive development. In essence, Vygotsky's theory suggests that cognitive development is shaped by our social interactions, the cultural tools we use, and the symbiotic relationship between language and thought. As we move on to the application of Vygotsky's theory to online teaching and learning, it's worth noting how relevant his insights remain in today's digital age. Vygotsky's emphasis on social interaction and cultural tools resonates profoundly with online learning practices. Today's online learning platforms can provide a myriad of opportunities for social interaction and collaborative learning, as envisaged by Vygotsky. Take, for example, the collaborative learning tools available in many online platforms. Forums, shared documents, video meetings, these tools not only enable social interaction but also promote collaborative learning in a manner aligned with Vygotsky's theories. Students can work together on tasks, sharing their knowledge, and learning from each other, effectively creating a digital zone of proximal development. Guided discovery and interactive learning platforms also bring to life Vygotsky's concept of scaffolding in the digital realm. These platforms can provide adaptive learning experiences, offering guidance and support based on a learner's current abilities and progress. This process helps to ensure that students remain within their zone of proximal development, thus maximizing learning effectiveness. In essence, Vygotsky's theory offers valuable insights for enhancing online teaching and learning. By leveraging social interactions, cultural tools, and scaffolding, we can create engaging and effective online learning experiences. Now, let's turn our attention to the strengths of Vygotsky's theory. One of the major strengths of Vygotsky's theory is its versatility and applicability. Regardless of the learning environment, be it a traditional classroom, special education, or online learning platform, Vygotsky's theory can provide valuable insights into enhancing the learning experience. Its principles can guide the development of teaching strategies and learning materials that consider the learner's current abilities, social context, and cultural tools. Another significant strength of Vygotsky's theory lies in its emphasis on the social and collaborative nature of learning. It makes clear that learning is not a solitary endeavor. Instead, it is a social process that unfolds through interactions with others. This focus on social learning highlights the crucial role of a supportive and collaborative learning community in fostering cognitive development. These strengths make Vygotsky's theory a valuable framework for understanding and facilitating learning, not just for teachers and educators, but for anyone interested in promoting effective learning environments. While Vygotsky's theory offers many valuable insights into learning and development, it is important to consider its potential limitations or weaknesses. One notable challenge arises when attempting to quantify the zone of proximal development. The ZPD is a dynamic and fluid concept that depends on many factors such as the learner's motivation, the nature of the task, and the quality of guidance. This makes it difficult to determine its exact boundaries, which can pose challenges for educators in practically applying this concept. Another criticism is that Vygotsky's theory may neglect individual cognitive processes and biological factors in favor of social and cultural influences. Critics argue that while social interaction plays a crucial role, individual cognitive processes and innate biological factors also significantly impact learning and development. Hence, it is important to consider these factors for a more holistic understanding of learning. Despite these criticisms, Vygotsky's theory remains a pivotal contribution to our understanding of cognitive development. Like all theories, it doesn't provide a complete explanation, but it offers a unique perspective that has enriched our understanding of how learning takes place. As we look towards the future of Vygotsky's learning theory, it's important to understand that despite being formulated nearly a century ago, his theory continues to be influential in the field of educational and developmental psychology. Current research trends in these fields are continuing to explore the social and cultural dimensions of learning. Researchers are building on Vygotsky's concepts of the zone of proximal development and scaffolding, adapting them to better understand and facilitate learning in increasingly diverse and digitalized learning environments. As for its practical application, Vygotsky's theory is still prominently used in modern educational practices. Its principles are widely applied in designing curriculum and teaching strategies, particularly in the context of collaborative learning and online education. The theory's emphasis on social interaction, the role of language, and the use of cultural tools in cognitive development continues to resonate in a world where learning is increasingly collaborative and digitally mediated. In essence, despite certain criticisms and challenges, the future of Vygotsky's theory looks promising. As long as we continue to value the social and cultural aspects of learning, Vygotsky's insights will continue to inform and enrich our educational practices. As we draw to a close, I would like to direct your attention to the references that were instrumental in developing this presentation. All of the references are listed here in APA format for your convenience. Should you wish to delve deeper into Vygotsky's theory of social development, these resources would serve as excellent starting points. Thank you for your time.